Hello, everybody, and welcome to our AEW Collision preview show of the IWC Radio podcast. Joining me, as always, Chucks and Will. No Beans. Beans free once again this week. How you guys doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Not too bad. Quiet week, though.
It's a bit.
I hope you've got some stories lined up for us to discuss, because I've got nothing.
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
I'm
not even sure where my thumbs are this week.
Well, hopefully on your hands, I would assume.
Yeah, super.
Where are they pointing? This is the question.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, yeah.
Well, I have one big story. Well, fairly one decent story that kind of came out earlier this week. Regarding like banned maneuvers in AEW.
Oh yeah, this here, this.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen this.
Here we are. Let me put this up on the screen here for you. Trying to get it ready here. Sorry. One of the major stories is Twitter kind of just like being a meandering ship, which has some impact with not just wrestling, but pretty much all of live sporting events and things like that. Specifically after Dynamite, like for whatever reason, a TweetDeck would just give an authorization error if you try to interact or send a tweet out or anything like that. It would just say you're not authorized to do this. Failure to retweet. Please try again later. It only recently. They recently fixed that error, I would say, in the past, handful of hours or so, from what I could tell. So,
What have they fixed? Sorry, the rate limit thing.
It wasn't the rate limit. It was specifically just doing anything in TweetDeck. If you would retweet, it would just provide an error or anything like that. If you try to reply or just send out a tweet, nothing. It was only, I'm glad you brought that up, recently that they had the rate limiting issue, as far as I can tell, this morning, which they fixed, I think.
I've not seen many people complain about that in the last week or so, so I'm assuming that's okay now.
Maybe, I don't know.
Most people just stop complaining about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's gone to Threads anyway, haven't they?
If Threads gets a TweetDeck sort of application, it's over. It's over. They would win the war immediately.
I don't know. I've used Threads very, very briefly. It's still very early days. It still needs a bit of work. It's not quite up to where Twitter is right now. But, I mean, there's potential. Like, it could be the next big thing, I suppose. But it needs a lot of things doing to it.
Yeah, it's very bare bones, and like you can't. There's no desktop access.
Well, that was
to
a
it,
big thing for me. Yeah, there's no web app or desktop. Yeah, don't like that. I'm sure they'll fix it. I think someone from the team. Did you say threaded out, or you can actually tweet it, can you? What you say? Threaded? Someone threaded.
Threaded, yeah.
Anyway, they said that they are working on that, so this should be coming soon.
One thing that I thought was interesting, also, just to kind of put myself over a little bit, was, let me see if I can find it here. I had this tweet specifically. I was like, so Chief Dumbfuck, which is Elon Musk, had made it so that you can't interact via old TweetDeck, and it gives an authorization error. I can still see the timelines, but tweeting or retweeting it somehow is a no-go. If Zuck can somehow integrate TweetDeck for Threads, the battle will be over, which is true. And then, here, let me pull up the other tweet here. And I just simply put after that, quote, retweeting myself since this ironically didn't show up in my TweetDeck feed. Must have hit a blacklisted word. Which I thought was interesting, considering, Twitter's, like, supposedly for free speech and whatnot. Which is why I recited the ninja quote, I thought it was free speech. Because here,
Does go on.
it's hard to see, but like here, you can actually see the tweet itself being somehow unavailable.
Oh,
Yeah. There go, shout out Pro Wrestling Exclusive, by the way. Um, yeah, so
maybe
I-
Elon doesn't like you calling him Chief Dumbfuck.
no, it's not that. It's not. It's not that. It's not profanity because the. I think it's Zuck or Threads, one of the two. That was a blacklisted
Yeah.
word.
There was a thing because Threads was it last week when Threads went live? Or wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
The day it went live, funnily enough, it was the word Threads was trending on Twitter. But then after about an hour, it wasn't. Everything it just wasn't there. So they definitely done something to hide Threads.
No, the interest was just very short-lived. People were well into Threads for an hour, then it just dropped off, and we're right back to Twitter again.
Yeah. Because like if you just go to the website, you just get this. It's like, hey, get the app.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Originally, this was in the corner, and then you could just you can interact with the logo.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like
pretty
that's
cool.
nice, but like let me in. Let me in and play around and thread it up, I guess.
They don't have a browser version?
No, this is
Not yet.
this is the browser version. You can see individual threads if you have like the isolated link
The
for it,
direct URL, right.
but you can't interact with it on desktop or anything like that. This is what you get.
Yeah, it's a bit.
It's incredibly rushed. It's like a very bare bones version of Twitter, if you will, which ironically Chief Dumbfuck is trying to sue them over.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
What,
is
is it
also
too
explains.
similar to Twitter?
Yeah, or
Have
something
they
like
stolen
that.
any code or anything?
Not that I know
Doesn't
of.
look like it, but it does look very, very similar.
Yeah.
They all do. They've all copied what,
The other one, actually, there's one that you can't actually get onto, but it's because it's called Blue Sky.
Yeah,
That's
that's
actually made by the guy who made original Twitter.
Jackass Dorsey.
Or-
Yeah.
or- One of them, yeah. And I've not. You need an invite for that right now, so you can't get into it. But I've seen screenshots of it, and that is identical to Twitter. If you look at that,
Yeah.
But then that does have a web app, so why can they do it?
But you need an invite before
You
they
do, yeah.
open it up to the public for whatever reason.
Has anything that originally needed an invite ever ended up being popular on the grand scale? I mean, Facebook maybe. I guess that was originally a small thing right in Harvard. But other than that, like I remember Google Wave, no.
No.
Uh,
I might be wrong, but did Spotify need an invite initially
okay.
before it went paid for, when it was totally free? I might have made that up, but so maybe I'm wrong.
That would be one.
But yeah, I think you're right though. It's very, very sparse in terms of invite.
I just don't know
only.
why they would ever
Yeah.
do that.
I think right now it's the Blue Sky thing's down to they couldn't manage the users.
Right, it's not ready yet. The same as
Yeah.
they did it with Truth Social for a little while. It was only.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think it was invite only. It was only like US users for a little while, or something like that.
Yeah.
Just kind of screams like we're not ready yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Twitter's a sinking ship, and like it's wild to me that the closest resembling thing to Twitter, at least at the time, like the best number 2 was ironically Truth Social.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the only one that really kind of had its act together, but that's filled with like not so palatable people, to say the least.
There is, well, yeah.
It's got an image,
There is another
image
one.
problem.
There is another one I've used. I am signed up on it, but I've never actually used it more than like sign up for it. Mastodon. Have you seen that one?
That was like the leading
That was
version.
supposed to be a thing for a while.
That's very Twitter-like.
No,
the way
it's
it
not.
Seems to be.
It's very confusing in order to set up like a server and then having to like join, and then it's like getting like other people to follow you on Mastodon's kind of a not so great experience because it's very
really?
Yeah. Because it's broken up into activities and things like that. So if you want certain people to follow you on certain activities, they got to send you like an invite to that activity, and then you can see each other or something. As far as I can tell, it's very weird. And yeah, I don't see Mastodon lasting as a viable competitor. There is one.
It should already be a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah.
It suggests that it's probably not going to take off.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was a good idea to they call it federated, weren't they? It was supposed to be all broken up, not hosted in any one place. So in theory, you can't get banned from it.
Right.
It's a great idea, but if it didn't take off, 3 years ago when it was picking up steam, then
What's going on, is it?
Which is also why I think this whole death of Twitter thing is probably overblown, or if it is dying, that's just the way it's going to be. I can't really see anything taking over.
I can't see Twitter to go. I mean, even
too established.
Exactly. Even the likes of you see, like on BBC News, they're using Twitter stuff.
Everyone does. Yeah.
Blockbuster Video is established. Look what happened to them.
But then people stopped using the thing that Blockbuster was doing.
Yeah.
So if microblogging ends up being replaced by something, then sure, Twitter can die.
Yeah.
But as long as a Twitter-style website or app is being used, then I think Twitter's going to be the one that gets used. Like, people really don't like Facebook anymore.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like Facebook that's bigger than Facebook. And Reddit is trying to kill itself as well.
Yeah.
But there's nothing bigger than Reddit in that same style.
Yeah.
People just kind of stick with this platform that they hate, and that's just how it is.
True.
Hive Social's like the closest number 2 as a possible Twitter replacement. Same deal though. It's like they don't have a desktop version. You can only get it through mobile.
You can only get it through Apple or
Android
beta.
Yeah.
Right. So again, they're not ready.
But that's a 7-person team, so I'm a little bit more lenient towards that because they're working their fingers off to get everything going.
Do you know what would be good if they launched something like Twitter, like the Threads type app? TikTok.
Oh,
I could see them being quite successful if they did something similar. They've got the user base.
More TikTok.
They've got a huge user base, so that could be quite big if they ever did. I'm surprised they haven't already, to be honest.
Another one that I found that's kind of
Instagram does too.
Yeah.
So if it's going to work, I think Instagram, they're as good as good a chance.
Instagram Reels, I think, are a little bit better than TikTok. However, with that, you're kind of still dealing with like. Actually, I would say both platforms have like a very strict content policy sometimes, where it's just things get removed for like no good reason, if you will.
I must admit, TikTok seems better for live stuff. I've noticed.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest. If I'm not doing anything, I'll just be on my phone. I can spend ages just going through live, just keep scrolling through the live, whatever's going on. And some of them are totally random things. Just people driving places. It's really, really odd. But it is weird. You just find yourself watching it.
And you're not worried that you're giving all of your data to China.
Well, there's that, yeah. Apparently so, yeah.
There's only so worried I can be about that.
Well, that's it, yeah.
China knows that I'm looking at, I don't know, someone cooking an omelette. Shit.
Oh, well. China knows I like omelets, though.
Yeah. And that's the irony. I don't really like omelets that much. It just came up.
Another one that's kind of similar to Twitter is Spoutable. Oh, there you go. Hey.
Oh, hello. I've seen that one. That does look quite a bit Twitter-like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. It's Twitter again.
Yeah, it's Twitter again. But however,
what the hell is a splashback?
I don't know. I've literally all I've been able to do is sign up. So far,
Hide echoes, hide splashback. Splashback has to be their replies, right? If it's Spoutable, there's a whole water theme here.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
The thing
Echoes,
about it is like you can only have a password that's a limited amount. They want you to have like anywhere from a password that's like 5 to I think 12 characters,
Mhm.
and I think it was like it can't have like unique symbols or something. So they're already kind of shooting themselves off in the foot with security right there.
We want as simple as possible.
Right?
for the
Yeah.
Password.
And the uploading an image I had difficulty because it had a hard time handling PNG files. Like it struggled with it.
Really?
Yeah. And also, if I were to like, hey, catch us live at IWC show or whatever, right? If I were to like spout off, it's like, hey, we need your phone number.
Oh, enter your mobile
Oh,
number.
really?
Yeah. It's like, hey, we encrypt your cell phone number and we do not share your personal data with third parties. And I'm like,
Trust
I'm
us,
out.
bro.
I'm out. So
Yeah. I think that's probably the last I'll ever hear of Spoutable.
yeah.
There was a fairly significant following, like it or not, for Gab and what was the other
Oh
one?
god, that was early on.
Well, yeah, Gab was. There was one more recent than the Parler, because Twitter was banning a lot of people. Parler popped up as like, here's a new thing. Everyone's going to Parler. Kind of like Rumble now. Everyone's
Yeah.
going to Rumble. So, yeah, it's not really taking off though, is it? So again, if that didn't work, then I don't know.
I vaguely remember Paul. What was the other one you said? Gab? Don't remember that
Gab,
one.
yeah. Gab was like one of the very early attempts to.
That was an alternative to Periscope at the time, from what I remember.
Periscope.
Yeah.
They Twitter bought them, didn't they? Periscope.
Yeah.
Oh, Parler shut down by new owner. Okay, this was back in April.
Really?
Yeah. For reboot.
You know what we need, don't you? You know what it's all
for
leading up
reboot.
to.
Not a viable
Reboot.
business. Huh. Deal comes after Kanye West made failed bid for a social network company last year. Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know what we need, don't you?
What?
Another one. We need to make
return
our
of-
own Twitter.
No, we need the return of Tout.
Oh, we should count it out. Yeah.
I forgot about
Spout
Tout.
out.
Yeah, Tout it out. That's just basically a hybrid of everything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the search continues for the new Twitter 2.0, if you will. I
Well, we're
guess.
talking about Twitter. I know we've gone a bit off on a real tangent here, but I don't know if you see. It's kind of related to wrestling, at least. I don't know if you've seen this video come out from 2 years ago of LA Knight
Oh yes, yes.
doing the workout video
Yes.
on NXT. I can't find the link now. I was being made notifications. So there was a video that went viral. Everyone was retweeting this from someone, and then WWE themselves picked up on this and retweeted a similar clip from the same video
Oh jeez.
on their own account.
Uh huh.
So then I'm trying to find the link. Sorry, I'm stalling for time.
That's all right.
So I replied on this same tweet on WWE's own account and just said, I see they've found the, yeah, there we go, my exact tweet was, WWE's social media team have found the video that's been viral for nearly a week. You know, a little bit of humour in that.
Yeah.
I have had the most response to that than I have had on any tweet ever.
Wow.
It's had 33,000 views.
Sheesh.
Only 6 retweets, but you know. 422 likes. And you should have seen my phone when I did it. I think it was Thursday night or Wednesday night. My phone was going, notifications on my phone going off every couple of seconds. I had to turn my phone off. It was,
Yeah.
Too damn popular.
too popular for me. I'm good.
You're big leaguing us.
And then someone tried to be funny and said, they're probably also a little more busier than you. So I then replied and said, well, probably, but then it's not my job, so you know.
Got him.
So yeah, I had a bit of Twitter fame this week. Very minor Twitter fame.
It's nice when it happens. little glimpse into what it'd be like to be famous and the annoyance that comes with it. You don't realise until it happens.
That's exactly what I thought. You know, if you're someone like like The Rock or someone who's just getting tweets every
Imagine this
second.
constantly.
He must have his notifications off. He must have.
Yeah, has to be.
Yeah, crazy. I've got a bit of breaking news. You want a bit of breaking news?
Go for it.
Oh,
Tonight's Collision, which will be starting in 39 minutes.
Yes.
Sorry.
mhm.
Kevin Kelly is not on tonight's show.
Whoa!
He is in Japan doing some New Japan things. And so, I've just seen the name. I can't remember who it
Matt
was.
Striker.
No, it's not Matt Striker. It's ROH's Ian Riccoboni
Okay.
will join Nigel McGuinness at the commentator booth. Not a booth anymore, it's the table.
Just a table with a poster board to or Velcro to it.
So yeah, there we go. There's your breaking news.
Alrighty.
Okay. I'm sure that'll make all the difference.
Maybe.
Collision's now
I'm not-
ruined or great, depending on what you thought of it before. I don't know.
I wasn't keen on Kevin Kelly at first. He might take a bit getting used to, but he didn't seem to know a great deal of what was going on.
Yeah, he kind of he got the hang of it. Like after the first episode.
Yeah, I know it's early days, so I mean, talking about commentators. Actually, I've got to say, I wasn't very keen on him at first, but the Irish guy on Raw, Kevin Patrick.
Yeah, you hated him.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like him at first, but he's improved quite a lot. Actually, he's not bad at the minute. He's okay.
There you go.
Damn it! I've missed a joke here. Do your breaking news again.
Which
We'll just splice it in. We'll cut that out of the edit. Just give us the little headline.
I've got breaking news. Kevin Kelly will not be on tonight's
Oh
Collision.
no! They need a plan B.
Hey!
Yay! Woohoo!
I think one other person got that. And that one other person's me.
Yeah. Well, no one else is listening anyway.
Well, I'll tweet Chris Cash and tell him we did a VOW joke.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Nick, seems to have taken over the VOW Twitter account and says politically motivated tweets.
God, yeah.
Not yet.
No, they're not.
No, still not.
No. He's just tweeted in the last hour, actually, talking about Tucker Carlson.
Oh,
yeah.
The
Jesus
fact
Christ.
Tucker is full of shit and wrong on virtually every count gives Pence the right not to entertain the question. And Pence is much of a shithead as Tucker. And this is on the VOW account.
He tweets from both accounts at the same. They're linked, right?
I don't think he's got his own account.
Yeah, I don't think he has
Yeah,
his own
I
one
think he's-
anymore.
I thought it was Nicky Pags.
I think it was, but I don't think he can get in. He doesn't use it or think he's on that account, isn't? I don't know what the hell he's up to. But yeah, that's what VOW's up to lately.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they'll ever come back. Actually, I don't think they've. I know for a fact they've not spoken to each other for years now. I don't think Nick is into does any. I know Chris himself has not watched wrestling in a long time.
They probably moved on. I like that we just have like our show like plastered and then just a quote retweet about something politically motivated there.
Yeah. See, I can get into the account through TweetDeck, but I can't get into the actual account itself because I don't know the password for it. He's changed the password, but I've still got access through TweetDeck somehow. So
great.
I might just start tweeting, Nick, can you stop using this account?
Yeah,
that'd be nice. Actually.
So unnecessary.
He had a real argument with someone the other week, and he just back and forwards, and I just thought, this isn't looking. I mean, I don't think it's ever going to come back, but if it did, it would look great.
Do you think we could maybe get them back together, do like a parent trap on them? get Chris and Nick in the same place.
You
on False
could.
Pretenses.
You could.
I think
I
we've,
I don't know him that well.
Will could.
Will can definitely make that happen. Just to reel it in here, this was the list according to Fightful about the banned maneuvers.
Yeah.
There we are. The following has been banned as per Fightful: unprotected chair shots to the head, which
Ooh.
if you saw the way Dynamite was, Pac came back and he decked Kenny Omega with the top point of the steel chair to the back of the head of Kenny Omega. So technically that could be that could fall under that. Shots to the back of the head, a buckle bomb. I was like,
Adam Cole's finisher is a shot to the back of the head.
Yeah. This is just protecting Sting, I feel. They don't want to lose Sting.
The buckle bomb again, yeah.
Isn't most of this just stopping John Moxley from doing anything?
You're getting ahead. You're getting ahead of me here. You're getting ahead.
Sorry.
Blind moves there backwards into the turnbuckle with fencing responses, whatever that means.
Fencing responses?
I have no idea. This guy...
Dropping a sword into them.
Basically falling like this. And it's just a still. It's not an actual like GIF or anything like that. It's just a still.
What?
Yeah. So I'm guessing with like your arms.
Like this?
Yeah. So if this guy was like falling and his arms were just like outward, I guess. I don't know.
How is that a fencing response?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna need to look this up. If this is a thing.
Yeah, I mean, good luck trying to find what a fencing response is and not getting like a sword fight.
Okay, so it is a thing. An unnatural position of the arms following a concussion.
Huh.
The forearms are held flexed or extended for a period lasting up to several seconds after the impact. So basically, don't pretend you've had a concussion.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Blind moves there backwards into the turnbuckle. So I guess if somebody's like got like a headlock on you, you can't just like ram them into the turnbuckle or something. Okay, that's fine.
That's such a common move when when the guy's got you in a sleeper and you back him in.
Yeah, that's
all the time.
Yeah, I guess it's too dangerous in AEW.
Oh, this is weak. This is what I hated about WWE that AEW was not doing.
Yeah.
AEW was the free speech version of wrestling. They were the gab of pro wrestling.
Oh God, the true social of pro wrestling.
It's true. They were.
Oh.
All of the band groups go to.
AEW's gone PG by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seize Yourselves, which is what Bryan Danielson was doing or something, or alluding to.
He did a little bit of that. Yeah, that's true.
So no more of that. This is odd. Spitting. I was like, yeah, good luck enforcing that one, pal. And then this is where
spitting just because it's kind of gross.
Yeah, and this is where it kind of gets into John Moxley territory. Bleeding into the crowd, weapons or projectiles into the crowd, taking drinks or food from guests into the crowd, which could be
normal cowboy shit.
Yeah. Hangman Adam Page, MJF taking that cup of water and throwing it on a kid. That was great. Physical contact with the crowd, which also goes with
Punk,
MJF.
no more stage dives, Punk.
No more, that. Mox coming through the crowd. MJF knocking that guy's hat on Dynamite a few weeks back. And don't throw objects with blood into the crowd. And the top reply is like, all these need approval to do. And then the guy says, the report says a document was sent out that outright banned, then listed all these things, and then a separate list of stuff that needs approval, which includes some of these things. So I don't know what is and isn't exactly banned. So maybe if they can get like permission to do some stuff, it'll be fine. But I thought the list was interesting, but not something that's like, it's not a deal breaker. The fact that you can't do all of that, but the pile driver is still A-okay to use is kind of wild to me, though. Especially in a company that's glorifying Owen Hart, who is solely responsible for kind of shortening the career of Steve Austin, if you ask me. But
Yeah, that's a weird story.
Yeah.
Steve Austin, pile driver thing.
Mm-hmm.
He says he doesn't blame Owen, but I guess you kind of have to say that, really. Some of it, I guess, makes sense. No blood in the crowd, sure. That I get it. And no concussion cells, because they want to know what a real concussion is. They don't want to have to worry.
Yeah.
But blind moves back into the turnbuckle. I'm sure that can be done in a safe way.
Yeah.
Unprotected shots to the head. If that means they can still do headshots, but they have to get the arm up, that's cool. That's probably the best way to do it anyway.
I don't think they want to repeat like the Cody Rhodes chair shot years back.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was awesome, but it was ugly as hell.
It really was, yeah. And that was their own fault anyway for like thinning out that chair, right? They gimmicked the chair.
Yeah, we gimmicked the chair. It was all right.
They gimmicked the chair, made it like tin foil, and then it just snapped off and sliced the guy. Shots to the back of the head. Yeah, I don't know. I see what they're going for with all of them. But it's kind of a shame that they're clamping down on stuff. That was the beginning of the end for the other guys, I think.
Yeah.
Are they going to go back to only having one shit per hour? Because there's been some shows where they say shit a lot.
Yeah, and it's been fine. I don't know what's up with that.
There's the...
Yeah, here's the GIF, by the way.
That looked alright.
Yeah.
Did he actually get him there?
So, yeah, Pac returning to AEW by attacking Omega with a chair to the back of the head, just like he did on the second episode of Dynamite back in 2019.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so there's, the 2019, and this was this past Wednesday. And then shortly after
that
this...
fine.
Yeah, it looked fine to me as well. Shortly after this is when, like a day after, was when the list of banned moves came out, so... There you go. With that being said, should we get into the best of worst of the week? I don't know if there's anything WWE related. We're kind of discussing a little bit beforehand, before the show started, about Baron Corbin going back to his roots in NXT and just being no gimmicks and things like that.
Yeah, he's done a few interesting sort of what do you call them, a vignette these days, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Where it goes back a bit further than that. He had an NXT title match about 3 weeks ago now, which he ended up losing, but he turned up as his own lone wolf character, even with the music and everything, and he ended up losing that match, and now he's burnt. You've seen him burning the crown when he was King Corbin, wasn't he? And his clothes from Happy Corbin and
Constable Corbin.
Constable Corbin.
God.
So it sounds like he's doing a sort of complete reset of his character, which doesn't really give you much detail on what he's actually going to be doing. But
oh yeah,
he's going to do something completely new. Or
this was kind of an interesting takeaway from SmackDown last night, since it just happened. Ridge Holland apparently injuring Elton Prince of Pretty Deadly.
Yeah, I just seen this about an hour ago. I've seen SmackDown, but I didn't pick up on it. But yeah, he's apparently got a separated shoulder.
And yeah, this is not a good look for Ridge, if you ask me.
Well, he's come out and said it wasn't really him. He said something on Twitter today after it came out. He said the move before kind of affected him, something. I can't remember exactly how he put it. But he wished him well and stuff, so could have been worse. Separated shoulders, not too bad, I suppose.
I guess perhaps, yeah. Jey Uso unleashes a vicious attack on Paul Heyman and his younger brother Solo Sikoa. Why is Paul Heyman selling like a fish here? Like a fish out of water?
Heyman came
Is
up
that a
with
fencing response?
It could be. More like a fishing response than anything.
Heyman came out with the best line I've ever heard for quite some time on SmackDown. He was talking to Jimmy through the camera, and he was sort of, because obviously Jimmy's apparently injured after last week, and he said, "Jimmy, it's your favorite Juso,"
Ha!
which I thought was genius. And then that's when he ended up. Did he kick him in the face? I think he did, didn't he?
And show the attack. How you gonna? Wow, what a bunch of fucking clickbait.
He did, didn't
Look, he's like, oh, and then they just cut to this.
Oh, and it just
he?
Yeah,
Oh,
one of the flash cuts. See?
Huh.
Clickbait, 100% clickbait there.
They're doing a weird type of tournament type invitational thing, Fatal 4-Way invitational for the US title. They had one last night. Who was in it? I can't quite remember. Let me have a look. There's no. Yeah, there is. It was Styles, Escobar, Butch, and Grayson Waller. I thought Grayson Waller was going to win this, but Escobar ended up winning it.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, he's through. They haven't really said what it's for, because they're going to do another one next week.
Here's a tournament, but we're not going to tell you what the prize is.
Yeah. Well, they had theory at ringside. And they were saying, you may face the winner of this. So I'm thinking what they've got another Fatal 4-Way next week. So I'm guessing the winner of that. Well, then they'll go against each other, and the winner of that will then face Theory. Assuming.
that headline right there.
Seth Rollins taunted Dominic Mysterio and Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley while eating buffalo wings.
Yeah. They were in Buffalo, obviously. So he come out with a tray of buffalo wings, and he was eating them while he was talking to Judgment Day.
Was he as enthusiastic about the chicken as Enzo Amore was that time?
No, I didn't see it. He had a little dance. That counts.
Like that. The French fries was that? Hard to tell. Oh, potato wedges.
Oh, yeah.
Potato wedges.
Actually, let me see here. Hold on.
That looks like carrot sticks.
Well, it could be carrot sticks, actually. I'm sorry. He's like, dude, you're spilling the sauce. What are you doing? This guy's a fucking champion with the goatee belt? Like, come on.
He was enjoying the chicken, though. As he walked off, he was eating it.
Yeah, he's enjoying it so... Oh, there's the dance. Yeah, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Little Shawn Michaels flair to it here. Oh my god.
It's on the floor.
Alrighty. Let's get to the thumbs here, I guess.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else worth pointing out. They did make a little bit of a mistake.
WWE making a mistake? Wait a minute.
When Bianca was coming out, you'd have to be quick to spot it. Like, it was only for a split second, but when she was coming out, for some reason, they were playing Rhea Ripley's Titantron.
Alright, let's see. Hold on.
Split second.
See if I can find it. And wait, so who?
There's the main event. No, it wasn't. We'll talk about. It was quite late on in the night, but it wasn't the main event.
It wasn't main event. Oh god, you're gonna
Third
be...
hour.
What was it actually? I don't remember now. Yeah, it was main event. Yeah. What the hell am I talking about? I watched it last night. It was the main event.
Okay. Let's see if I can find it here.
Yeah, weirdly, you had the match with us. This is my thumbs down. Actually, we'll mention this in a minute. I'll go back to that. But in the main event, we had Charlotte and Bailey apparently bought a ticket to be at ringside for that match.
What, for Raw or?
So yeah, it's a SmackDown last night.
Okay. One sec. I can pull that up.
Which I think is just a waste of money. They only turned up for the main event. You buy a full price ticket front row, you only turn up for the main event.
Front row. Were the seats empty for the rest of the night?
No. No,
No,
it was
oh,
main, it
strange
was
how
the
that
main
works.
event. So, you know.
You
There's
probably
always
just
somebody
like
in the seat.
shoot away like paying customers like, hey, get out of here. We're filming here. Alright, so is when Bianca's coming out. Let me skip behind.
There you go, you're not far from the...
Alright. Yeah! LA Knight.
They're definitely capitalising on him. He come out and did a 60-second promo.
Oh no, she's already in the ring. What the fuck?
Yeah, just after that. There you go.
Okay. So it's after
I think it was next. They probably skipped. There was an ad break.
Bianca Belair.
After he...
Why would they? How would they accidentally queue up Rhea Ripley from that?
I don't know. I was thinking it could be. You can't even be in alphabetical order, can you? R and B, and nowhere near each other.
SmackDown on FS1 next Friday. Interesting for.
Oh yeah, they were saying that every 5 seconds as well, just so you knew that. There we go.
This is my brutality.
They were playing Bianca's music.
Huh. And it's just Bianca. Okay. Maybe brutality is like the keyword or something, and it's like next to Bianca, and they just
brutality.
click. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. A bunch of butterfly lips there or whatever. Okay. They brought back the side stats. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I haven't watched SmackDown. I haven't watched WWE TVs in a long ass time. So. Okay. Cool.
It's been fairly good. I think that it's not. How can I put it? It's not just. Some of it's a bit forgettable, especially Raw.
Raw, I've heard, is just really still kind of a dull show.
Raw tends to drag on, but I think that the 3 hours can. Although this is going to be one of my thumbs up as well. Do you want to get into that now? Or?
Yes. Let's get into it here. I was about to say you're just giving the game away here.
Sorry.
It's all right. One sec here. Queued up the music. There we are. It's the best of worst of the week. There you go. What do you got for me? Hit me with it.
Alright, I got a thumbs down. Was the opening to SmackDown. There was a promo between Bianca and Charlotte. Now, it was already announced that Bianca was facing Asuka later that night for the women's title.
Uh-huh.
And then these two came out and said, oh, well, when you win, I'll fight you at SummerSlam. There was no mention of Asuka at all. Just made it look totally weak, I thought. They just didn't even mention it, and they were talking about what they were going to do at SummerSlam. So, it just seemed a bit harsh, really, on Asuka. It's like an afterthought to the whole process.
Usually Michael Cole would say, she appears to be looking past Asuka a little bit.
No, there seemed no mention at all.
Okay.
Wade Barrett keeps mentioning, Michael Cole. Wade Barrett keeps mentioning Michael Cole's drinking. I think Michael Cole's is alcoholic on the slide.
Yeah, probably.
We blame him. He's Michael Cole.
I mean, did you see what he called Josh Matthews at one time on Twitter?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Thumbs up. It's from Raw.
Training for that.
Yeah.
Ricochet and Logan Paul. They gave Ricochet a bit of mic time, which I don't think he's ever had, ever. It was quite good. He did a little promo with Logan Paul and then did a weird little springboard off the apron. And yeah, it was good. It was good to see him giving them a bit of time. I think it's going to be Ricochet and Logan Paul at SummerSlam.
Okay, well, you know, at least Logan Paul's not going for the title or anything shitty like that.
No. Don't know if you want to go to the WWE.com and just see that little springboard movie does off the apron.
WWE.com, okay, hold on.
It's on the Raw page.
Getting to it here. Hold on. Trying to cue something else up here at the same time.
Oh,
That's alright. No, it's fine. Let's see. Ricochet
There it is.
right here. Oh god, that's not. There we are. Okay. Just skipping ahead. Logan Paul, by the way, if we didn't mention it, I think we mentioned it last week, but being investigated potentially for his Prime Energy drink having too much caffeine.
yeah.
And I think Canada has pulled his product from the shelves. Oh, is this what you're talking about right here?
He does that, and then he does. That was quite cool. And then he does a little springboard off the apron on the outside.
Logan
Yeah,
Paul,
by brawl.
Logan Paul, by the way, still hasn't paid back the people of the Crypto Zoo scam. Just like to throw that out.
There you go.
Alright, here we are. Yeah, Logan Paul whiffing. Oh, it's like a mini sliced bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knocked his hat off.
He didn't.
Okay.
Wasn't very happy about it either.
Fuck him.
I agree.
Alright. What else? Anything else?
That's all I can think of for now. If I think of anything else, I'll go back to you.
Okay. Chucks, what do you got?
Very little. I'm going to give a thumbs down to that little list of AEW's restrictions, the AEW banned list. I liked it when this place didn't ban things.
Alright.
I mean, I get it to some degree, but still.
You're really tied up with the blind moves in the corner.
Yeah. I mean, how else are you going to get out of a sleeper?
Sorry,
Exactly.
you keep tossing while I'm taking a drink.
No, there's no answer to that. That is the only way out.
You just-
of
you
a
just-
good sleeper hole.
Well, you just like backdrop, but they could still just hold on, especially if you're Samoa Joe.
No, they always let go. When they're backed into the corner, they always let go.
That's true too. Just get to the ropes then, I guess. I don't know.
You would think.
Just
so.
stumble towards the ropes awkwardly.
That's not what they do.
I know. I know.
Yeah, that's about as good as I've got for a thumbs down. But thumbs up, let's be positive. Kota Ibushi's in. After
Okay.
all these years. He's the fifth man. The Golden Lovers are back together. After many, many years.
For blood and guts, yeah. Somebody posted like a, I don't know if I can find it here real quick. There's like, somebody posted footage. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is perfect. Hold on. I'm not going to show it because New Japan's very strict with like video or whatever. But AEW bans crowd interactions and certain dangerous moves. Kota Ibushi, who knows you can't get fired, doing all these like standing moonsaults that look dangerous as fuck. And then right here, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
German
golly.
suplex to the side of the head on the apron.
He's got a neck made of rubber. Yeah.
That's huge.
That is. And that's why the Elite I said this long ago. I was like, I think Elite's gonna win Blood and Guts here if they're having another match with BCC, and that seems to be where
They have to.
they're going.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else?
Pac's good too, though. I should probably give a sub thumbs up to Pac. That was a that was a nice announcement ahead of All In. We're kind of hoping he'd be back in time. It's cool to have him back, but then they one up that announcement with Ibushi. How about you? It's your thumbs up.
Well, I don't think I can find it in time. My thumbs up goes to Nick Wayne here.
Yeah.
Specifically, the Fisherman Suplex pin being reminiscent of Alicia Fox's Northern Light Suplex with the toes pointed and the bridge.
Yeah.
Looked very, very similar. I thought he did a great job. The match was great. I don't know why they needed to add Darby to the stage or his mom looking on in the crowd. They didn't need those facets of the match, in my opinion. But I thought it, for a guy that looks like he's gonna try to hook you on to like some sort of here we are. Yeah.
There you go.
I missed the pause there. Hold on.
That fisherman suplex cradle pin was on point.
Hey.
There you go. There's a ballet joke for you. This is ballet.
There you go. Ta-da. So, anyway, he was really good. For a kid that looks like he's trying to sell you into like crypto or something like that, he was pretty good in the ring. Thumbs down would have to be not only the writing to Dynamite this week, but the booking of matches for tonight's Collision and Battle of the Belt 7.
Oh no.
Which, I had this queued up here. Only 3 matches announced for a Collision. Both of them are Owen Hart tournament matches with CM Punk versus Ricky Starks. Ruby Soho versus Willow Nightingale. That's fine, that's pretty good. And then you have the AEW Tag Team Championship 2 out of 3 falls. Apparently, all 3 of these are going to take up a lot of TV time unless there's somebody that's like quote-unquote in action or something like that.
There'll be more. Definitely.
There'll be more, yeah.
And I don't know when they announced these other 2, but on Dynamite specifically, which was technically the go-home, the only thing that was announced for Battle of the Belt 7, which is immediately following Collision tonight, was Luchasaurus versus Shawn Spears for the TNT Championship. Apparently recently announced...
Main event in any arena.
Yeah. Apparently recently announced it was Orange Cassidy and Lance Archer for the international title, which is quite something. That could be... maybe that's where Orange Cassidy loses the title. That I'm probably will tune in just to see what happens there. I still think OC loses at Wembley, but maybe this will set up like some sort of rematch down the line, perhaps.
I kind of hope we get Archer at Wembley. I think people will go pretty crazy for Jake.
And another one was Tony Storm and Taya Valkyrie, and I have to agree with this person right over here, named Eric. So Taya gets another title shot, even though she just lost twice to Jade. Shawn gets a title shot because why not? And Archer gets a title shot because he got like 2 wins on Rampage.
They showed a couple of clips of him winning in Japan. Apparently, he's been on a Rampage or 2, but none that we've actually been able to see.
That's true. Yeah, that's correct. But yeah, I mean, until like I said, by the end of Dynamite on Wednesday, they only had 1 match announced for Battle of the Belts, and that's a show I expect like at least 3 matches on because it's an hour-long show. Collision's a 2-hour program, so hopefully they'll have other stuff.
3-hour wrestling show? Would never work.
You're right. So far, it hasn't. They're struggling to get like barely 2 million. Isn't that something? And this is something Chuck's pointed out a long time ago. Is like, we're just like WWE's just kind of like lowering the bar. Like they're struggling to get like however many millions of views or people tuning in. That's like a popular number at that point in time. When Triple H was the lead of the Authority or whatever, they were trying to get like 4 million. They were trying to like struggle to stay afloat on that. Now it's like barely 1 million or 2 million or whatever it is now. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. It's been declining the whole time, and apologists, and there's probably some truth to it, but there will always be the defense that TV's just changing. That's a good number these days. That's a good number, and it's just down and down and down. There's more TV channels, or people are DVRing, or people are streaming. TV's not the same as it used to be. You can't hold it to standards of 20 years ago. Okay, but the numbers are going down.
It is
So
fair to point,
that's not
point
good.
That, the TV numbers are down, but arena numbers are up.
Yeah.
more people are going to shows. So much so I was reading the other day, WWE are now looking at doing more shows without the big stage setup. Like, do you want to do a smaller ones like Money in the Bank, so they can get more people in? Because they know they can sell more. Obviously not in every city, but
Is that just for pay-per-views, or is that actual house shows
no.
as well?
Apparently they're not considering. They had a sort of unwritten rule that it was initially pay-per-views, PLEs.
Yeah.
But apparently now they're opening it up to basically anywhere they can do it. There's talk of them doing MSG again early next year, and there's talk of them doing a smaller stage, the old one. They used to have the aisleway. Because yeah, they can do. Obviously, without that big stage, you can get more people in. Which makes a lot of sense if you think about it.
Yeah. I'd be interested to know what numbers they're doing for, like, the average house show and what year that's comparable to, because it really dipped for a while.
Yeah.
And now it may be coming back up, but I don't know how far up it's coming. If it's up from 2 years ago, but actually still down from 6 years ago.
Yeah. Well, every event they're doing now, I don't know if you've noticed, but since when was Backlash? It was last 3 months.
May,
Like that. Yeah. Some including Mania and what was the one before? Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
They always keep saying it's done the biggest gate in history.
Yeah, well, they're charging more.
Oh god, yeah.
Right.
That's a big reason behind it, but obviously they got to get people in there to do it. So, no,
Which I think that it's got to be helping them go into new places. They went to Puerto Rico, didn't they? Only come to the UK.
Yeah.
Went to Canada again for the first time in a long time. So that's got to help with getting people to pay.
Oh, definitely.
Because hey, it's a big show, and we haven't had one of those ever. So I don't know how long that'll last, but may as well keep doing it while you can.
Yeah. Before we go, I know we're gonna probably get out of here in a second. Two things we missed from SmackDown I wanted to just mention quickly. Bobby Lashley's been missing for a few months now. He come back in a bit of a weird segment. You've seen the Street Profits outside the arena, waiting for someone to arrive. Lashley turned up in a limousine, and then the Street Profits got in with him, and then they drove off.
No, they're just probably going to the club.
Yeah, there's nothing to it. Never get mentioned again.
Maybe make a Walmart run, get more of the red cups.
The other quick thing as well. Don't know if you would have saw on Twitter last week. The Rock tweeted that Grayson Waller about his match he had on SmackDown. And Grayson Waller referenced it last night on SmackDown. He said something about the Rock family's falling apart, but he's too busy tweeting about me. And he basically challenged him to come to SmackDown, and he obviously is not going to turn up. Although I did see today, there's a bit of a rumour that he might, because now there's this Hollywood strike going on, he might have a bit of an opening.
Yeah. That's true.
Maybe he will turn up.
Maybe. I'm waiting for the Tony Khan tweet of Denzel Washington just got shot up on training day. Tune into the AEW Collision right now. That means it's time for Collision, everybody.
Spoiler.
I kind of like that, where you just give away the ending to the TV movie of the week, and he's like, "It's time for Collision," or "It's time for Dynamite." Real quick, before we get out of here, Starks and Punk, Ruby and Willow. Who do you got winning the Owen finals here? Coming
Punk.
up. You got Punk,
Ruby.
Chuck.
I thought it might be interesting if Samoa Joe could get the win over Punk in the last round, then that could shake things up a little bit. But since they didn't go for that, Punk kind of has to go all the way. He's not going to lose to... His first loss isn't going to be to Ricky Stark.
Yeah, he's got to get that back.
Punk winning that one.
Or rather, he's got to get that cup, I guess. I think it's going to be Punk and Ruby, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And they've been pushing Ruby pretty hard. She's on all of the TVs. She always seems to wrestle these days.
That's right.
Last week makes sense.
Last week was probably one of the best collisions to date, and it's only 4 episodes in. So we'll see what tonight brings. Enjoy the show. We'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. Have a great one. Good night.